Shalom, family. Shalom to everybody here. I got a third video on Joe Morrow when he was up at US Bank, and I want y'all to see this. There was a third video that have come out, and man, these banks just do our people dirty, you know? And what happened to him, we know it happens all over the country, but man, they did him dirty. And this bank manager that called the police, he lied. And he said he verified the check. He never verified the check until after the police came. But he lied and told Joe that he verified the check with his employers, and his employers said the check was fake, which he never did. He just told him that. So apparently he was playing a good game of psychological warfare on him and not being very truthful at all. I mean, this man was just straight up dirty. So I'm going to play the video so y'all can see this, and I actually got angry when I saw the video and what they did to him. Man, he should have gotten millions out of this deal. I'm serious. If he got anything less than that, he was cheated. Okay, let me get everything set up and we will get started and then talk after the video is done. All right. Share the screen. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Please give me a 1. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you so much, Joseph Washington and Brother Sly and Pink Meadows. Thank you so much. All right, let's get started. Make sure the volume's all the way up.
Of his innocence.
I got the checks done near effect. What day they started and all that, how many hours I worked, all that. I could have came in here and showed them that.
According to the police report, the bank manager said he'd received a lot of fraudulent checks using the UNFI logo. Morrow says the manager claimed he already called the company and confirmed the check was fake.
So who do we need to call?
But this body camera video shows the bank manager did not actually make that critical call until after Morrow was already in handcuffs.
So it's a real, the check number's real.
Morrow's employer confirmed the check was in fact real.
There's no question my man, he been white. This would never happen.
5 Investigates showed the video to a community leader. Are you seeing that okay?
I am.
The founder of a nationally recognized implicit bias training program for police.
But this is Minnesota. This is not who we are.
And University of Minnesota professor Samuel Myers Jr. In 2015, he authored this study of discriminatory practices at banks in the Twin Cities, and he's focused on racial disparities in financial transactions for 35 years.
I wish I could say that this was an apparition. I wish we could say that this was an outlier. That happens a lot.
Myers, who is deaf,
So this is it here.
watched the body camera video with us over Zoom with the assistance of captioning.
We as Black people are aware that these things happen at banks, at grocery stores, at supermarkets. This is a classic example of instances where things escalated beyond what they needed to escalate to.
Okay, Joe, let's get these cuffs up.
But Morrow's ordeal did not end when the handcuffs came off.
Joe, can I talk to you, man to man, real quick?
For more than 10 minutes, Morrow remained in this office.
They're making fake checks with that logo on, right?
Sergeant Pletcher did most of the talking.
So what the branch manager has to do is call and make sure it's a good check. I need you to stay calm for that, okay? Because when you start acting like this, it makes you look even guilty.
I'm not just.
No, I know. I'm saying when you start getting upset and irate, it makes you look
Wow.
guilty.
Why are you acting guilty? And so the question is, why is acting guilty? Tell me, what is acting guilty? I'm sorry, but this is who I am. You blame him for creating the racism that he's females.
Don't do anything stupid.
It was another part
Wow.
of this exchange that struck a nerve with Tyrone Terrell.
So play it calm, play it cool, and wait for you to be validated.
Wow.
Okay?
Oh my God. The former director of the St. Paul Department of Human Rights and the president.
All right. Did you hear what that cop said? Wait to be validated? What the fuck? All right, y'all. I'm going to click out of here for a second, but we going to go back in and break down this video. That cop pissed me off. So what they're saying to you is when they make an unfounded accusation against a Black person, we're supposed to just stay calm, be docile, and don't react. That is a load of bullshit. If we are getting accusations that we know are unfounded placed on us, we got every right to be angry. You don't get to tell us we can't be angry. You can't tell us that. And that's what needs to stop. These folks think they can do whatever, say whatever, accuse you of whatever, but your reaction is, oh, don't do nothing, just stay calm. Fuck all of that. So what that cop was pretty much saying to him, y'all, don't defend yourself. If this bank manager who is white made an accusation on you and you were suspicious and acting guilty, don't say nothing. You can go fuck yourself. Excuse me, but I'm angry that he took that young man into an office and spoke to him in that manner. So what we're supposed to do exactly, Leonard. So when they treat us like this, we're supposed to still be slaves on the plantation. Yes, a massa. Yes, a massa. I won't get mad, a massa. No massa. I will stay calm, a master. Fuck you. Okay, seriously. That cop can go to hell. How the hell you gonna sit somebody down and say all that mess? But see, y'all, this just shows the lack of respect overall that these folks have for us. They are brought up and raised that we are suspicious, we're criminals, we're always up to something. You can't trust us. We're always stealing. Now, the people that stole the whole goddamn nation are telling us about stealing. They are not the ones to lecture us about stealing, killing, or anything else. When you got a whole history for 500 years and even to present day of doing these things. Look at the big things that were out in the news recently, and shout out to True Royal. Josh Duggan molesting children, the mass school shooter. Look at the stories coming out about them recently. The mass killing up at the school, and then the parents being charged with a crime. See, that stuff looks bad. And then let's not forget about the McMichaels and Brian. That case just ended recently. Look at all the stuff coming out in the news about them. So what do? When Jussie Smollett goes to trial, they try to inflate it and overblow that. But you can't really overblow it. What he did was lie. What these other people have done was molest and murder. Okay, so you can't even compare the two. But that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to overinflate that Jussie Smollett thing. But look at the recent stuff that came out in the news, and the people look just like them. Okay, we know the game that's being played. We have seen this game our whole lives. So let's go back and pull up the video and let's analyze the video. All right, so I'm going to share it with you again, and we're going to analyze this thing. No, you're absolutely right. Yaya, nobody gives a damn about Jussie Smollett. They are the ones inflating the whole thing. But technically, I don't think anybody gave a shit about that. But they got to find a way to demonize somebody that looks black or even somebody that's half black. They got to find a way to demonize them. All right, let's pull that video up again. All right.
Of his innocence.
I got the checks the near effect what day it started and all that, and how many hours I worked, all that. I could have came here and showed them that.
According to the police report, the bank manager said he'd received a lot of fraudulent checks using the UNF.
Which is a lie. I don't believe him. Because, see, these people are notorious for making these statements. Just like if Karen confronts a black man, or the McMichaels with Ahmaud Arbery. Oh, well, there were a lot of break-ins in the neighborhood. So what? Even, let's say there were a lot of break-ins in the neighborhood. It doesn't say that black person that you stopped did it. So what? And come to find out, in the case of the McMichaels, there were break-ins. All of those break-ins were done by white people. Go back and look. There were break-ins, but every single the people that were doing it were all white. There were no black men breaking into a neighborhood homes in that community. But see, that's what they do. Or the other big one is when the police stop you and violate you. Oh, you look like the suspect. No, you don't. No, you don't. How come they never show you these things? How come they never show you the suspect that you look like? You notice they never show you? It's because it's bogus. It's a bunch of bullshit. So this bank manager is saying, oh, well, we get a lot of fraudulent checks from UNFI. I bet you he don't. How much you want to bet he's lying? Because they're notorious for saying these things and it don't pan out to be nothing. I don't believe he's telling the truth. Oh, you look like the suspect. Oh, we've been having a lot of break-ins in cars around here. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, those are just things they say to us. They don't say that mess to anybody else. It's just us. We're not stupid. So let's go on.
Logo. Morrow says the manager claimed he already called the company and confirmed the check was fake.
Okay, let's stop right there. So this was prior to the police coming. He lied and said he already called the employer, and the employer said the check was fake. He never made the phone call until after he was placed in handcuffs and the police was already there. But he told him, Joe Morrow told him, oh, I already called your employer and they said, this check is fake. He lied. He lied. So how does this bank manager still have their job? Look at how he's doing his job. Look at how this bank manager is doing their job. All right, let's go on.
So who do we need to call?
But this body camera video shows the bank manager did not actually make that critical call until after Morrow was already in handcuffs.
So the check number's right.
Morrow's employer confirmed.
So why didn't the bank teller or this bank manager check everything out prior to calling the police? Why? So you didn't find out the check was legitimate until he was in handcuffs? Why didn't you do that? Why wasn't it your first move to check the validity of the check? Why was your first move to call the cops? You know why? He was calling in his death. That's what he was doing. He must have had a bug up his ass when Joe Morrow went in there. He just got a whole issue, which many of them do, with dealing with Black people. Some of these folks don't want to see you with nothing. Not even a $900 check. They don't want to see you with anything. So you don't check nothing out until after the police were called. So now you look stupid for making this whole grand finale, and at the end, the check was legitimate. But what I don't like is how this cop spoke to him. So let's get to that part.
The check was, in fact, real.
There's no question my man, he been white. This would never happen.
5 Investigates showed the video to a community leader. Are you seeing that okay?
I am.
The founder of a nationally recognized implicit bias training program for police.
But this is Minnesota. This is not who we are.
Yes, it
And
is.
University of Minnesota professor
Okay,
Samuel
I'm sick of Black people saying this. This is who this nation is. It's been who this nation is for 500 years. And this dude is an old timer. He, of all people, should know this. He should have seen race. In fact, look at his age. He's lived through Jim Crow. All right, this dude was alive through Jim Crow. How the hell do you sit there talking about this is not who we are? We got to get out of the habit of saying that mess. This is America. This is the real America. This is who they've been for centuries. How the hell do you get to be this age and you sitting around talking like this? This is annoying to me. But let's go on.
Jr. In 2015, he authored this study of discriminatory practices at banks in the Twin Cities, and he's focused on racial disparities in financial transactions for 35 years.
I wish I could say that this was abolition. I wish we could say that this was an outlier. But it happens a lot.
Myers, who is deaf,
So this is it here.
watched the body camera video with us over Zoom with the assistance of captioning.
We as Black people are aware that these things happen at banks, at grocery stores, at supermarkets. This is a classic example of instances where things escalated beyond what they needed to escalate to.
Okay, Bill, let's get these cuffs up.
But Morrow's ordeal did not end when the handcuffs came off.
So can I talk to you, man to man, real quick?
For more than 10 minutes, Morrow remained in this office.
They're making fake checks with that logo on, right?
Sergeant Pletcher did more.
First of all, this cop did not see any fake checks with that logo on it. That was just something the bank manager said, but he didn't physically see this, and I don't believe this at all. This branch manager made that accusation, but never showed how people are coming in with that logo on the check. And why would they just bring that one logo on the check, but no other check? Come on, that doesn't even make any kind of sense. I believe he sat there and made it up, and this old stupid cop is just staying on code and repeating it. And even if there are fake checks with that company logo on it, Joe Morrow didn't do that. The Black man sitting in front of you didn't do that. Get the hell out of here. All right, let's go on.
Did most of the talking.
So what the branch manager has to do is call and make sure it's a good check.
Okay, what the bank manager should have done was call that prior to calling the police. So no matter how you look at it, this talk he's having with Joe is still wrong. This cop is completely out of line.
You stay calm for that, okay? Because when you
No, if somebody, listen to me now. If somebody accused this white cop of doing something and he didn't do it, he would be going off, and he knows it. What they're trying to say is, when we do something to you, you just bow down to white supremacy and just be quiet. That's what he's really saying. So if an accusation get made to you from people that look like this cop, you just remain calm, because if you don't remain calm, it makes you guilty. Well, he's not guilty. And you have no right to say this, not only to a Black person, but to no damn body that's been accused of doing something they didn't do. But that's what he's doing. You stay docile. You don't rail against what this white manager say, and you stay calm. Fuck you. Okay? No, any human being is going to react to something they did not do. That is human nature. That is the normal reaction. So what they're saying to you is, when you get accused of something, you act in you act in an abnormal way about the whole thing and just be quiet. Fuck all of that. If somebody is accusing you of something you didn't do, you sit and defend yourself. I don't give a fuck about what this cop is sitting there saying. Screw him.
Like this, it makes you look even guilty.
I'm not just.
No, I know. I'm saying when you start getting upset and irate, it makes you look guilty.
No, it doesn't. When you get upset and irate, you have the right to feel like that because this bank manager essentially lied on this black man. You don't sit there and let somebody tell lies on you. Get the hell out of here. No, this officer is completely wrong. Let's go on.
Well, you're acting guilty. And so the question is, what is acting guilty? Tell me, what is acting guilty? I'm sorry, but this is who I am. You wanted me here before creating the racism that is feels.
Don't do anything stupid.
It was another part of this
The only stupid thing that was done was this branch manager calling the police without verifying the check first. That's the only thing in this whole thing that was stupid. This black man didn't do anything stupid other than bring his paycheck in to cash it. How is that doing something? He didn't do anything stupid. Right now, the police and the bank are the stupid ones in this whole thing.
that struck a nerve with Tyrone Terrell.
So play it calm, play it cool, and wait for you to be validated.
I take deep offense to that. So we get lied on, and then we got to wait for a white person to validate us. This is bullshit. This is a load of bullshit. Again, it goes back to what I said to you a couple of days back. Now, these folks tell us, well, you are not a slave, but look, they're still talking to you and treating you like you're one. He's talking to this dude like he's on the plantation. You wait until we validate you. He's talking to him like he's on a fucking plantation. Woo! It just go to show you how bad banking and policing is in America. Let's go on.
Okay.
Oh my God.
The former director of the St. Paul Department of Human Rights and the president.
Okay, so it ain't all good, y'all, until you get validated by white people. Okay, we got to wait and get validated by them. Oh, man. You know, it lets you know. I had to show this to you so you could see how bad it got for this black man. So now they're starting to release a little more videos out here on what happened. Now I see why they're hesitating and kind of spoon feeding the whole thing to the public on what really happened to this man. This was a disgrace from start to finish. The only ones at fault for this entire thing was the police department and U.S. Bank, that branch manager, who should not even be employed right now. And I noticed in the videos that I showed you, they never mentioned about this bank manager being disciplined or fired. I bet you he's still there. I bet you he's still there. You know, what needs to happen is when these incidents are occurring, whoever these banks are getting their license from to be in business, that's really who we need to be contacting. Seriously. All businesses got to have a license, especially a bank. We need to start calling and annoying the hell out of whoever issued a license for this bank and demand they shut down these branches that are practicing straight up racism. See, you can't go to corporate because corporate is only going to say, oh, well, we're going to give them sensitivity training, because that's what they said in the last video. Oh, we're going to give them training. You can't train this shit out of people. Okay, they were born and raised on it. You cannot train it out of them. That's a bogus answer. That's an answer to pacify you so that you'll just go away over this whole issue. That's all that answer is. Oh, well, we're going to train our employees. That's a pacifying answer. It's not a solution. And these things happen in every single branch of banks across the US. It happens in every branch. This is not just US Bank. This is something that happens all over, and it should not happen. If you are a bank and your teller or your managers look at a check and don't believe it's valid, they got ample time while they got that check in their hands to verify it. If they do anything less than that, then they failed at their job. They failed at the job. All checks will tell you what bank they were drawn on. So there is no excuse from anybody, from the teller to the manager, not to verify a check that they think may not be valid. There is no excuse for that. But see, what they want to do is they get the check and they see a black face, and then they want to go on a racist rant, because that's what that bank manager did. He went on a racist rant with that black man. Well, we always get, this is what you people always do. You people always come in here with these fake checks. I don't believe that either. I don't believe that either. He sure didn't sit there and prove it. He didn't prove nothing. He was just sitting there ranting and saying all that mess. All we see when we see these Karen and Darren videos are a bunch of them making these wild accusations and telling you you're suspicious and telling you you done stole and did all this stuff. And come to find out, none of those things are happening. So therefore, the problem is definitely them, not us. It's them. It's them. They make an awful lot of accusations that don't pan out to be anything, but them sitting there imagining the entire thing. Well, Gabrielle, Michael, they're suspicious to me. If you walk in the room and they're staring you down because you're black, their ass is suspicious. Because you know, a lot of times when they walk up and approach you, you know something bad is about to go down. You just know, because they even throw off that aura. If you ever are in a space and you see them just staring and what they're trying to do is size you up to see if they can walk up to you and get away with doing things to you. That's what they're really doing when they're staring at you before they approach you. They're trying to size you up. Is this the kind of Negro that I can get away with doing X, Y, and Z? Or are they going to attack me? That's what that is. And you know when something, I mean, even when you're on jobs, you know when they're about to walk up and say something negative. You can literally feel it. Tell me if I'm wrong. You can feel their energy, and you can feel the negative energy before they even open their mouth. And they don't even realize that they're throwing that aura and that energy off, but we can feel it before their mouth even get open. We know. And I believe you probably even knew this as a child, especially if you went to school with them. You damn near know when something bad is going to come out of their mouth. You can feel it. But this is a disgrace. I'm grateful that it went viral online so that you can see everything that's going on. But this is not happening to everyone, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. It is primarily happening to Black men and women in this country. This is not an everybody thing at all. So I just wanted to do this update video, and if they happen to leak out more about this, we'll definitely come back together to discuss it again. But this is sad, but it's the norm. Okay? These attacks on us are planned. This man probably couldn't wait to do this to a Black person that came in these branches. They already got this stuff on their mind before you show up. But like I said, there was no excuse for him not to verify the check first before any police was called. You need to be embarrassed as hell when you found out from the company that the check was real. That man should have been holding his head down in shame for even doing that to this young man. He's only 23 years old, and look at what they put him through. It's ridiculous. So y'all, please enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, one more thing. I want to share my screen. For those of you that are doing the cloud mining with me, I just want to show you something real briefly before we go. This won't take but a split second. Okay, let me share my screen again. Okay. Now, those of you that are doing the cloud mining along with me, make sure every day you're going in to get your daily bonuses. Get your daily bonuses, because what this will do, it will add gigahertz to your speed. So you'll get even, the faster you go, the more coins you'll be able to accumulate. So go in, you're allowed to do this every 6 hours. You want to click on the bonuses. I already did this, and then you'll see a get bonus. You just click on get bonus, and it will give you a random bonus of 1 to 5 gigahertz every 6 hours. So when the 6 hours are up, you just come in and repeat it again. So this will give you even more speed when you're mining your coins. This will give you more speed, okay? So make sure you do that every 6 hours. The more you do that, the more speed you'll have and the more coins you'll be able to collect. So that's all I wanted to say. Because I know some of you don't want to do this at all, and that is perfectly fine. This, this is completely voluntary. Remember, there is no money for you to put out at all. You just register and you start mining. That's it. There is nothing coming out of your wallet. So just know, when you do this for the first 60 days, you cannot withdraw or reinvest. After the 60 days, you can take the coins and convert it over to cash. You're going to need a crypto exchange like Coinbase or Binance US. Or if you're outside of the US, you need Binance. And what you can do is convert it over to US dollars and then send the money to your bank. So if you're not part of an exchange, please register before the 60 days, and it'll give you ample time on learning how to convert the money. It got instructions all on these sites of how to do it. So you have time to set all of that up before your 60 days, and you can either reinvest or move your coins and get some money. So that's all I wanted to say. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll definitely come back again, hopefully a different topic the next time. All right, family. Shalom.